my beautiful people, welcome back to my channel. Today I just want to vent, y'all. Like, I needed a vent session, like, seriously. I know you guys had a lot of questions about, like, you know, the follow-up my previous job and stuff like that, but baby, let me just explain this to y'all. That situation, there is so much that I want to talk about, but Jesus told me to leave it alone. Okay, he told me to leave it alone. There is a lot that could have been touched on pertaining to the organization itself. Girl, I got stories for days, and if the Lord puts it on my heart to share with y'all, then I will. But I was told to leave this alone, so I'm gonna leave it alone. And we're gonna move on and just have like a regular vent session about everything else. So let's go. Huge pimple over here on the side of my face, and of course I couldn't just leave it alone, so I decided to pop it, and now there's like a scar. Like, all right, I just anyway, I kind of wanted to vent because I feel like I'm in a space of feeling depressed, and I feel like it's not okay for me to be depressed. Like, as a woman, as a black woman in today's society, I don't feel like we're allowed to be depressed or voice the way that we feel. So you know, this is probably going to be like my only time saying this, and I'm going to explain. If y'all hear the guy cutting my grass, y'all, my grass needed to be cut, baby, because it looks crazy. That's my boyfriend. This is how I know I'm depressed, because I don't even want to go outside and see him, and y'all know that's my baby. I runs to go and see him. I even got my little blinds closed today, child. I did not even want to go out there and see him. It's crazy, I know. Anyway, like I was saying, this is probably going to be the first and only time you guys ever hear me say I am. Sometimes I find myself to be just like a little bit jealous of the freedom that men have, okay? And I'm going to explain to y'all what I mean by that, because, baby, at the end of the day, it's F y'all men, but I'm a little bit in a place where I feel like men have more of a freedom than women, right? When I say men have a luxury that I feel like we don't as women, specifically I'm pertaining to, I mean, it's going to pertain to a lot, but right now let's just go ahead and talk about being a fucking parent, especially black men, right? And I've seen it with a few of the palm color people as well, because I used to work with somebody and she used to tell me her husband just didn't help out with shit, and he felt like, you know, he was the provider. Even though she worked as well, he just felt like the kids were not his responsibility. And I actually had this conversation when I was at the barbershop too, and it's like a universal thought process where the men feel like their only responsibility when it comes to kids is providing, right? So when there's a time that you feel like, oh my goodness, I need space, or I need to go kick it with my homeboys, you're never concerned about what happens to that child. Versus a woman, where we have to make sure that daycare is in order. We got to make sure that they didn't ate for the day. There's so much more that goes into us being parents. Like, we can't just get up one day and be like, you know what, I need to go out for a drink with my girls. That's not a luxury that we have. And I'm not saying that some others don't have that, but I think the bigger picture, or the majority of us, do not have that luxury of just doing whatever fuck we want to when we fucking want to. Much as my ex does for me and my kids, even in our situation, that man is very quick to tell me, oh, well, I need a little bit of space to get my head right. And we actually just had this conversation maybe like a couple weeks ago, because it triggered me. Because you can't in one breath say, oh, I'm a father, I'm their father, I'm their parent, I want to be involved in everything, and then the moment that you decide you need space, it's, oh, I'm going to detach. And in that aspect, that is what I mean by, I feel like I am sometimes jealous of the freedom that men have, because although we are a unit and we have these kids together, at any moment and any time where you feel like your mental is not okay, you can detach. But as their mother, I am forced to continue to, although I'm having a bad day, although I may be fighting depression, although my mental space is not okay, I never have, and I'm going to call it a luxury, I never have the luxury of saying, you know what, today I need space. As their mother, we are expected to just endure that shit with no fucking problems, no help or anything like that. But at any moment, a man can say, I need space. In this TikTok recently, I believe the lady's name is Queen Leora, but she was online and she was stating, and this would make me want to talk about it today because I'm like, it's a universal fucking issue. But she was stating that her and her baby daddy had got into it, and this man, like, they just had a baby together. He didn't give a shit about that kid. He just decided, you know what, this situation, we arguing, whatever the case may be, I don't feel like dealing with it, so I'm going to remove myself from the situation and walk the fuck out. He didn't grab that child now one time and say, let me get the kid. It was no, more so focused on what he needed. I need to leave the situation, so fuck the kid and her in this situation. You deal with that as the mother. I cannot tell you how many arguments that I've had with my ex where I've been at his house and I've literally had to say, you know what, I gotta grab the kids and we about to get the fuck out of here. Not one time was I ever allowed to just leave and not have any forethought about what was going on with my kids. So that's when I'm like, men, it's a fucking luxury that even after you have children, y'all are so fucking confident and just, oh, I got so much faith that even in this fucking argument, fuck the way she feels mentally, I know that she not gonna do nothing to my kid, or my kid is not going to go without. So I have no problems with saying fuck y'all and leaving. You still have this air about you to that you're single. That's the way that it comes off to me. Even if you have a kid, you still have this air about you that you're single, that you're moving by yourself. After women have kids, we can't just get up and fucking go. Do you know how bad the world would ridicule us if we just decided just to get up and leave? You know what I'm saying? Like, if today, like the way that I feel right now, can you imagine if I just said, you know what, fuck it, I'm going to give me a hotel, I'm not thinking about them kids? Y'all would probably go in on me. How could you not think about your children? How could you not care? But nobody ever goes in on men doing the same exact fucking thing every day. And my thing is, why do they get a pass and we don't? They're allowed to tell you, I ain't got it this week for no Pampers, I ain't got it for no diapers, you know what I'm saying, I don't have it, or whatever. They're allowed to get away with that. But you as a mother, I could never look at my kids and say, you know what, mommy don't have it this week, so you're not gonna be able to eat. Mommy don't have it this week, so you're not gonna be able to get lunch at school. Mommy don't have it this week, so you're not gonna be able to get diapers. That excuse never works for fucking women. It never fucking works. We gotta figure that shit out. Whether it's putting some shit on your credit card, whether it may be stealing something, like, we have to figure it out. And I always, it's so frustrating to me that we have to be responsible for figuring shit out and men don't. You know what I'm saying? If I decided I want a night out on the town, I have to make sure there's a babysitter in place. Whether I'm with somebody or whether I'm not, I gotta make sure there's a babysitter in place. I gotta make sure that they ate. I gotta make sure that there's money in case they decide to eat out. Whatever the case may be, and niggas don't have to do that at all. Nigga decides to date, he got kids at home. Have you ever dated somebody with kids? Have you ever asked him where his children are? Have you ever asked him why he only get his kids on the weekends? That's why I said, like, dating for me is hard too, because it's like, I know what it is to be a single parent, right? And I know that sometimes you need a fucking break, but as men, you out here dating, you spending money on bitches and everything like that when you could have really spent that money on your kids. You could have spent that on, you know, sending your baby mama to a spa day. You could have spent that on bringing your kids over and taking them out somewhere to give her a break, but nobody ever fucking thinks about that. Though I'm in a depressive like state right now, and I would just love to be in my bed relaxing, you know, and just probably hiding from the world under my covers. I'm not even allowed to do that because I still have two kids that depend on me, right? I still have to make sure that I am interacting with them so they don't feel whatever it is that I'm going through. And I just feel like that is so unfair. Even in the workplace, man, I cannot tell you how many times I was mistreated within the workplace. I went from being at a company where I was very outspoken and it was looked at as aggression or rage, and you weren't allowed to have an opinion. Anytime a black woman has an opinion, you are aggressive. Oh my gosh, what's wrong with you? Anytime you're not laughing and kikiing with their asses, it's a problem. So I went from doing that to being like, you know what, all right, in order to advance in life, you got to be a little bit more mild and meek and, you know, demure. So I went from having a voice to absolutely not having a voice. And that's why I say it's so much shit that I could talk about that I'm really trying to teeter totter on and just really move the fuck on with my life. But the shit that I know and the shit that I experience could definitely be bigger than what the fuck it is. But anyway, I went from doing that to now I'm being a fucking doormat because I feel like anytime I speak out, I'm seen as aggressive, which they made it that way a lot. Anytime you stand up for yourself, you are aggressive. And then it went from that to, oh my goodness, well, you need to be humble. How many times do I need to be humble? You know, like, I'm all for being humble, but bitch, you're not gonna keep on trying to little dog me or put me in my place every time I go against something that you know ain't fucking right. You know what I'm saying? There were pay differences, extreme pay differences that I found out about and then had to go to bat. And then I was seen as the aggressive one. Oh my goodness. You know what I'm saying? But then you have these palm colored folks over here talking about the same shit I'm talking about, going to bat for their pay the same way I am, and it's being rewarded. It's being rewarded with no regard. Ain't no talk back or nothing. Immediately giving them what the fuck they want. But me as a black woman, I have to fight for everything that I fucking have. That can be fucking exhausting. Me being taken advantage of at work on a consistent basis and then still having to come home and in a sense being taken advantage of as well, because the man in the relationship feels like his only job is to provide. You know what I'm saying? As long as the bills is paid, that's all that should matter. Not even taking into consideration that being a mother, like being a mother is a full-time fucking job, man. And that can be mentally fucking draining, especially when you're in the midst of being a mother and trying to heal some of your past wounds and some of, how do I say that? Trying to heal the inner child within you that didn't have a mother. Baby, I'm exhausted. But then you think about it and it's like, I should be in a corner crying, but bitch, I can't even process what the fuck is happening to me because I still gotta remain strong. Because if I lose it all, my kids lose it all, you know? So it's like, I can't even process what's going on with me for having to always put somebody else's feelings above mine, so whether that's my kids or whether that's in a work environment. As a black woman, how do you continue to do that? And let me not just say as a black woman. I feel like our experiences are a little bit harder than most, right? But I'm going to just say women in general. But I feel like black women especially, we are attacked on a daily basis. So not only are we getting it from our jobs, we're getting it at home. And then you got to get on the internet and see somebody talking shit about black women not doing their job because they're single black women and they can't raise men. So it's just a constant battle, man. It's a constant fucking battle. I just feel like a lot of what I go through, I have to go through alone because I don't have a support system. So I don't have any guidance. Everything that I've ever learned of how to advocate for myself has been self-taught. And just going through the trenches, right? And I just feel like, yeah, that's good in a sense, but I also feel like, Jesus, why you choose me for this battle? Like, I often, and I know you're not supposed to question God. I know you're not supposed to, but sometimes I be having conversations with him like, why you choose me for this long, lonely journey by myself? Like, why you feel like I was strong enough to do this? Because sometimes I don't feel like being strong. And I'm telling y'all, like, I will have full breakdowns. I'm trying not to get my eyes watery right now, but I will have full breakdowns and be like, Jesus, you ain't think I needed nobody? Like, you ain't think I needed nobody. You ain't think I needed my mother. You didn't think I needed my dad. You didn't think I needed the support of my family. You didn't think that I needed absolutely nobody to to get along in this world. Like, you thought that I would be okay by myself. And I thank God for every blessing that I've ever encountered. But Jesus, it's hard. And I'm tired. And it's such a heavy strain for somebody to hold on their own. And then I got two little ones who will never know what it's like to have cousins, or who will never know what it's like to have a grandmother or a grandfather, you know? And it's like, how do I explain that to them? Because they're at a place where they ask questions. We have friends. I go to their home, you know, and they'll experience playing with their cousins. And then I have to explain that to outsiders as well. Well, why don't you talk to your mother? And why don't you do this? Like, this burden that has been put on me, I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy. And I know that the Lord, you think that I'm strong enough for this, and I appreciate that. But baby, I don't know how much more I will be able to successfully take. Like, I don't know, you know? And like I said, they say that God gives his strongest soldiers the toughest battles, but it's like, at what point do those soldiers get time to rest and somebody comes in their life who is strong for them? Even the strongest need somebody. Even some of the most successful people have people behind them. And I just be like, Lord, you ain't think I needed nobody? And to my ex, and my ex was saying, you know, Ari, why do you constantly remind God of his promises to you, right? Or why don't you just give it to him? And it's like, I do give it to him, but for me, I have to reassure myself, because I do not have a support system, right? At this point in time, I would love to have my mother or somebody, my grandmother, somebody that says, you know what, it's going to be okay. You know, just to have that figure. I don't know if you guys have ever had like a warm hug from one of your elders, but for somebody to wrap their arms around you and tell you that it's going to be okay. Although you hear that voice in your head from God telling you it's going to be okay, to have somebody physically here just to feel that and know that it's gonna be okay, I be needing that, right? So because I don't have it, I have to constantly remind God, like, you told me you weren't gonna forsake me, right? So I need you not to forsake me in this season. I have to constantly tell myself, like, it's gonna be okay. I know it's hard right now, but it's gonna be okay, because I don't have anybody that I can call and that is going to tell me that. So I have to make sure that it's okay. And I know it may seem repetitive to people, or it may seem a little odd to people, but that is the way that I cope with the shit that is going on in my life. To one of my cousins that I'm still kind of in contact with, not really, but through Instagram, right? So I was like, okay, well, I planned on going back home. I had to go visit another friend there, so I was like, let me hit her up just to see if, you know, she would be in a place to talk, because I feel like we probably needed to mend the mistakes of our parents, right? So let me try to reach out. And then speaking with her, so she didn't even realize why I was no longer around the family, because we had a cousin who inappropriately touched me and then also Ard, one of our boy cousins, right? So they, after I stopped speaking with the family, nobody ever discussed it, which is crazy, because there are other children in that family. Just no sense of protection. Anyway, and speaking with her, she let me know, I'm trying to think what I want to blend this out. She let me know that that particular cousin is still around. She had just seen him a couple weeks ago, and he was at all of the family functions. And in that moment, I began to get mad, right? And not mad with her, but just, here we go again, questioning God, because God, you thought that they deserved a family after everything they had did to me, my other cousin, what they tried to do to another little girl. You thought that that person deserved a family more than me? I'm getting emotional, because it's like, how they got a fucking support system, and Jesus, you just got me out here thugging it, man. You got me out here thugging it. So it's like the being, oh my gosh, just, he gets to win. and have a family. He didn't have kids and everything. Ain't nobody concerned about him touching those children or nothing else. He gets the win, still have the support of his family. But because I spoke out, I got outcasted because I spoke out about what he was doing to not only me but to other people within the family. I was outcasted because of that, and this man still gets a support system. When I tell you that me and God had a long conversation, because it's like, Jesus, you think he more worthy of a support system than I am? Than me? And I'm struggling mentally to keep it together for my kids. Like, I promise you, if I didn't have kids, I wouldn't be here. And I'm just being completely fucking honest. I wouldn't be here. If I did not have children, I would not be here, because the pain and the hurt of all of this is not worth it to me. But they are the reason that I continue to get up. They are the reason that I continue to live, right? But again, when I tell you, like, I've had so many conversations with God, like, you mean to tell me this monster is more deserving of a family than I am? And I'm not saying that I'm perfect, baby. I'd have made some mistakes, but not to the magnitude of what that motherfucker has done to people. He has really fucked up people's lives. My life will never be the fucking same. I have trust issues because of what was done to me. Oh God, 15 or 16 when the shit happened with me, and I was probably like 3, 4 years old, something like that. And I just feel like in that moment, all of the adults in my life fucking failed me, including my mother. Like, the sign of SA is when they constantly wet the bed. Instead of my mother trying to figure out what the fuck was going on with me, you would just beat my ass for wetting the bed. Like, no, something is happening with me. My grandmother and my aunt, fuck it. I'm done. I'm done hiding shit for you motherfuckers. Like, I'm done. You motherfuckers, it's been years and you still don't want to talk about it, and it's still children within that family. Y'all still got this motherfucker around. So fuck it. My grandmother and my aunt walked in on it happening, and then again, that nigga was probably 15, 16. I was maybe 3 or 4 at the motherfucking time. Instead of them blaming him, they blamed me. My mother was very abusive. And so they threatened to say, oh, well, we're going to tell your mother. So I spent years not saying anything because I was so afraid my mother was going to beat my ass, right? But there were signs, and instead of my mother addressing it, she was too busy being out here in the fucking streets, So it's been one thing after another. And then when I spoke to my cousin, it seemed like, and again, I understand that that's a big bomb to drop. But there was no sense of understanding. It was no, oh my gosh, I'm sorry that happened to you. It was kind of more so like, well, I don't know, girl. I don't know. So even now, me just trying to heal my inner child, I feel like every adult in my life failed me. And I'm just like, Jesus, you thought that from a young age, I was just going to be this strong person. And I'm sorry. Yes, as much as strong as I am, Jesus, I'm tired, man. I am tired. I want somebody to come along and be strong for me. Just give me a little bit of a break. Even your soldiers get a little bit of break. I feel like I ain't had no breaks. I ain't had no fucking breaks, man. The people that do come into my life, and I try to love on them, and I try to, just be there for them. Like, it's always some motherfucking shit come out and watch the motherfuckers be jealous of me, or the motherfuckers be secretly hating me. Like, I have no hate in my heart towards nobody, not even the motherfuckers that wronged me. I have no hate towards y'all, and it's like, damn, I can't find nobody to love me. Like, I'm that intolerable. God damn, Lord. Like, shit. Be feeling like blow after blow in my life. Like, even the motherfuckers that say that they here to support me, they wind up doing some fuck ass shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like they see, oh, Ari just, I'm not gonna say like I'm super gullible. I'm just looking for somebody to love me. No, I'm not like that, but my heart is big. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like motherfuckers see that and they plot against it until it don't work out for them no more. Until I start to smarten up, which is another reason this fucking job. I'm telling y'all what the fuck happened. There were so many things that were use to control me, and then the moment that they can no longer use those tactics to control me, then it was a whole different ball game. It was a whole different ball game. Oh, now I can't control you. Now I'm about to start telling you that you need to be humble. Now I'm about to start telling you what you gonna do, what I tell you to do, or this is gonna happen. It was a lot of threatening fucking behavior, right? So that's why I'm like, it's so much that I would love to tell, but baby, I can't right now. But when we get to that part of the story, we're gonna motherfucking tell it. But yeah, I've been feeling like, I'm sorry, and this is probably like a long video, but y'all been asking me to talk and I'm talking. There's so much that I just man, I already need a fucking break. I need a break, man. And I'm like, Jesus, I know you listening. I need you to give me one, okay? I need you to just give me a nice little run. And I always feel like that too. I feel like whenever it's a little bit of, okay, I got my feet down on the ground, I think I done passed that test, there is always another test that comes along. I feel like I am not allowed to have happiness for too long. Anytime the devil see me getting a little bit happy, that motherfucker sends something else my way. Like, goddamn, can I just experience joy for a little bit? Because I feel like I have been going through so much. Yes, I have a lot of blessings, okay? And I'm claiming all my blessings. I always tell people that I try to be encouraging to them, which I find myself doing a lot. I was just on the phone with somebody, and they called to, quote unquote, check on me. And in the midst of them checking on me, it turned into me having to minister to them about, hey, everything in your life is going to be okay. And I always find myself having to be the encouraging one with nobody being encouraging to me. Ooh, that hurt. That hurt to say. I'm trying not to cry, y'all, but that hurt to say. Like, all the time, I find myself having to encourage. We're not about to do that. We're not about to cry. I have to encourage other people through the midst of my motherfucking storm. I'm going through hell, and don't nobody give a fuck. As long as we call Ari and she be encouraging to me. Like I said, you disguised it as you calling to check on me. 10 minutes in, I'm ministering to you about your goddamn situation. Ain't that some shit? I'm tired of being graceful in every fucking situation. Motherfuckers do me wrong, I'll be the one reaching out, trying to fix it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I am, baby, that phase is completely over. I'm done, honey. I'm going to be the villain in your story, and everything is gonna be just fine. I don't give a shit. You can say Ari did XYZ to me, Ari was asshole. I don't give a fuck no more. Because don't nobody give a fuck about the way that I'm motherfucking feeling. Nobody cares about the way that I'm feeling, especially if it's not serving you a purpose anymore. If Ari is no longer building up your motherfucking ego and making you feel good about yourself, y'all do not give a fuck about Ari. No, you don't. And baby, this right here is the time that it motherfucking stops, because I can tell you how many people call me every time they going through something. Every fucking time they going through something, you picking up the phone and you calling me. But I can count two people out of 20 that actually call and be like, you good, you straight. Two. But anybody else, if it's not beneficial to you, if we not discussing the problems that you're going through, or how you're hurting, y'all don't give a fuck about me. And that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm getting ready to go ghost. I'm getting ready to go completely ghost on motherfuckers, because I think that is so fucked up, like, even to this day, I just be like, I don't even have a beneficiary outside of my children, because there's nobody. And that's why I be like, man, my only mission is, after my kids turn 18, I don't give a shit what the fuck happened to me. I'm sorry, but I don't, because ain't nobody in this world ever really gave a fuck about me. And I think that's why God I'm getting emotional. But I think that's why God kind of gave me this YouTube platform to talk to y'all, because he knew, like, he knew, like, you don't have nobody, sit up here and talk about, oh, we give a shit, we care about you, I care about your kids' well-being, and you are so important to me. And then the moment I don't do what you want me to do, I don't fall in line, or I don't fall in this plan that you have for me, then all of a sudden I don't hear from you. Which I think is fucked up, because if you really love me and you really love my kids the way that you say you do, it shouldn't be nothing in this world that I could do to stop you from giving a fuck, right? Especially if you love me the way that you say you do, because I'm telling you, it's been motherfuckers that wronged me. I should have been done with them, and if they came back today, I'm still gonna let a shit on you. If I heard that something happened, I'm still going to be there to love on you. And it just be like, man, I be wondering right now, like, Jesus, don't take this to heart, Lord. But if I was to pass away today, ain't no motherfuckers gonna come to my motherfucking funeral. Ain't nobody coming to my fucking funeral. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm that alone in this world. That alone. That alone in this world. That's why I be like, man, just let me make it to my kids turn 18 so they ain't gotta go to the foster care system, and they'll be all right. Because God knows I don't want that for them. But your mama don't see the purpose in this no more. I don't. Like, I am. Whoo. Man, I've been strong for so long. I'm tired of being fucking strong. I am tired of that shit. I want to have a weak moment. I want to scream. I want to cry. I want to be angry. I want to have a weak moment. I just scared the shit out of myself. I scared the shit out of myself. I got a mirror over here, and I seen my hand in that mirror. It scared the hell out of me. I thought somebody was in here with me. I was like, oh, Lord. One of my friends, my ex-friends, right, fell out about something so petty. This is when it registered to me that I'm not fucking crazy. Like, I really am a good fucking person, right? And it's just unfortunate that the motherfuckers that keep coming into my life are not, right? This is when it registered that I'm, you know what, Ari, it's not you, right? So the friend that I told y'all a couple weeks ago I had, fell out with or whatever, over something so motherfucking stupid, bro. Like, something so, like, shit could have been avoided, or shit could have been reconciled in 3 messages. But you on this motherfucking high horse, like, you about to humble me again. Like, motherfuckers feel like they can. I am so passive aggressive that I allow people to talk to me crazy until it come to a head, right? So I'm gonna keep giving you passes, until I'm motherfucking tired. When I get tired, oh bitch, it's on. Right? So I had kept giving this person a pass, you know what I'm saying? She had been doing some foul shit. Just kept giving her a fucking pass, kept giving her a pass because I loved her. Right? And when I say, like, I love people and I consider people family, like, I'm not joking, because I don't have people and I don't trust motherfuckers. So when you get to a point that I consider you family, like, it's real shit. Like, I love you deeply, right? So I just was like, I'm gonna just keep giving her passes, but it was a maturity thing, right? So she had said some shit out the way to me. I checked her on the shit. Mind you, her friend was a part of this group conversation, and this is how I knew I'm not the motherfucking problem, because that friend reached out to me and let me know, oh, I had just been thinking about you just been on my mind, and I just want to make sure you're okay and stuff. And that let me know in that moment, what that said to me was, I'm a damn good person, right? Because normally when you fall out with one friend, normally they click up on your ass, right? So the fact that she decided, you know what, the situation went down and the situation was wrong and I need to reach out, that just said a lot about my motherfucking character. I didn't harbor no ill will towards her or nothing, because it wasn't her that had something out of the way to say to me. It was old girl. So of course I responded and was like, oh yeah, I'm good, da da da. And it seemed like she was trying to make a friend within me, because I'm just a good ass fucking person. But still, out of loyalty and respect, I let the situation just kind of fizzle out, because I'm like, I don't want nobody to ever feel like I'm clicking up with somebody else to go against you. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think that was the case. I think she genuinely just wanted to reach out because I'm a genuine ass fucking person, right? But the fact that the person that I fell out with couldn't reach out is crazy. But it put into perspective, like, man, I didn't do nothing wrong to you. I didn't do nothing wrong to you. You were out of line. And instead of you being a woman about it and saying, you know what, I fucked up, you just... I just say that I don't feel like God has shown me favor, because he definitely has. In every season that I've been in, God has shown me favor. He has allowed me to be in situations that I normally would not have been in, right? So that is not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, all these tests, Jesus, the tests are difficult, and I really don't see a silver lining. Although, like, even now, I'm like, I've been blessed to get a nice little salary that I'm learning that people with a bachelor's degree, and I don't have no degree. What I'm learning is that they not even getting that. So I've been blessed to be in situations that, again, I have been shown favor. I have been allowed to do things where I know I probably wouldn't have been able to do otherwise, right? So it's not that. It's just, Jesus, I'm tired. And you know, when they be like, well, money can't solve your problems, and you know, and I never understood that until you really start to kind of start making money, and then you be like, yeah, that shit really don't solve your motherfucking problems. At the end of the day, you are still lonely. The shit still hurts. The trauma is still there. Like, I get it now. I didn't get it before because I was like, you bitches give me 100 million, I'd be alright, you know? With 100 million, I'd probably be able to buy me some friends, you know? But yeah, it just, man, it's just a difficult time. And as y'all can see, I'm getting up, I'm fighting it. I'm trying not to allow it to consume me. But baby, I am, I'm tired. Like, I just want to feel protected. I want to feel loved. I would love to have like family cookouts. Oh, I'm gonna get emotional. I would love to have family cookouts. You know what I'm saying? I would love to be a part of a family that accepts me, you know, and not just when I'm doing what they want me to do, but they gonna love me regardless. I also feel like that too. I feel like because I don't be really like, oh girl, you claiming we sisters, you claiming, you know, we always gonna be family, but the moment that you felt like, oh, Ari ain't falling in line with what the fuck I told her to do, now all of a sudden I'm not your family, you wouldn't just cut off your sister like that. So what the fuck you cut me off like that for? And I feel like I be getting that a lot where people be, oh, we're family, we're family, we're family, until Ari is no longer falling in line and Ari got a mind of her own. Then it's like, oh, well, I don't know. I don't have any contact with her anymore. Like, I just find that to be pretty fucked up. There's only been one person in my life, one that I have met, that I can truly say that it don't matter. And we done had a couple little back and forth shit. I probably still got her blocked right now. But I got her blocked on Instagram. I don't have her blocked nowhere else, but I just never unblocked her. But we've had a couple back and forths, and I can say honestly, to this day, she is the only one to still reach out and still love me like I'm for real her family. You know what I'm saying? And we probably got like a similar background. I should probably reach out this text she sent. Oh, I'm getting emotional. Hold on, gotta shake it off. I'm gonna try to reach out this text message she sent me when I quit my job. And she had been there through like it all. So she had knew like what the fuck was going on with this position. Like when I say I went into details with her, like I went into details, right? And she had been telling me like, you need to get the fuck up out of there, man. You need to get the fuck up out of there. But I'm gonna read the message as soon as I stop being emotional, so I can tell y'all what she sent me. But that's been the only person that's done like really supported me no matter what, you know what I'm saying? And I'm super grateful for that. I don't ever want it to feel like I'm not grateful, but it don't matter what me and that girl done went through, like she still be there. Okay, so let's go ahead and blend out. I don't even know where the hell I left off. I think I was just rambling. Do y'all know that y'all seen that TikTok where it's like, oh, I didn't need to quit my job, I just needed a break? I think that's what was going on. Like, oh, I wasn't really depressed, the bitch just had to put on makeup. No, but really, maybe. But I plan on just kind of getting out the house. I've been in the house for a couple of days now, not really doing too much of anything. I got oils. But yeah, I think I just need to kind of get out the house, get some fresh air. I got on a nice little maxi dress, so hopefully the dudes be trying to holler. But yeah, I just need a little bit of a mental break. That's it. So that's what we're gonna be taking today. If you guys are new here, go ahead and subscribe. This channel is very chaotic. We get to the nitty gritty over here. And we're not politically correct, I don't think. You know, we kind of talk about any and everything. I just got back into my talking shit though, because normally I don't be talking, so there's that. It is hot as hell in here. See that Beauty Bakery is closing? I said, that is crazy. I love me some good Beauty Bakery products. Their setting powder, hell, I'm literally using it right now. The little setting powder is so good. But then I was like, I wonder, because when I went into Target yesterday, Hold on, because I got oil on my hands. When I went to Target yesterday, they wasn't on sale. So I'm like, did y'all really close? Or did y'all just sell? You know how like they be selling different merchants, like they said honey pot sold. I was like, I wonder if y'all trying to trick me to drive up sales. I don't know. But anyway, we need to pray for that, because y'all know the struggles of being a black business owner. So here we are. This is the finished look. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. So just to kind of reiterate, I am okay. I promise I'm going to be okay. I always am. I always pull it together, you know, but I'm human. I have times where I just, you know, need to vent and get it out, and that's what happened with this one. But I promise I'm going to be okay. No need to be alarmed. I will be back next week, okay? I will be back, and we're going to discuss a lot more. I have been recording a lot more often, so hopefully we'll have some more videos up. Today's look is pretty simple, simply because, like I told you guys, I have been going on interviews, and so I just want to remain a little bit natural just until I get in the door. Once I get in the door, it's over, okay? Here comes the pop of color. When my girls say a new cut, a new color, a new style, all of that's gonna pop out. But first, I just need you to let me in the door. Once you let me in the door, it's over. But yeah, this is it. I'm probably gonna head up to Sephora or Ulta, maybe both. Probably give me a little smoothie, kind of relax and enjoy myself. But yeah, that's it. Hopefully this video was able to kind of, you know, help somebody else that's going through this situation. Just letting you know you guys are not alone. If you need to talk to me in the comments, baby. Okay, I'll be trying to respond because I understand. But every once in a while, your girl does need a little bit more of encouragement. Okay, and I do thank you guys for giving that to me. Because you guys have been wonderful. You guys have definitely been wonderful, and I thank you guys so much. But yeah, this is it. I gotta go, but I love you guys, and I will see you guys next time.